Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. This video is about Karnataka State Social Textbook Summary of 8th Standard Chapter 2. So let's get started. We'll see the content of the video. Okay, it is about Chapter 2 Geographical Features and Prehistoric India. So this will cover the physical features of India, prehistoric period, the living style of man in prehistoric period, and the Stone Age. So let's see about a little bit of geography about India. So geographical environment, it plays an important role in every country and people. So there is a very important relationship between the human life and the environment. So we have to know the geography of India too before studying the history of India. So they are like two sides of the or two faces of the same coin. So you have to know geography before learning the history of that particular place. So coming to the slide, so India is called a subcontinent because it occupies a huge area in the southern part of the Asia continent, and it is also called as peninsula since it is surrounded by water on three sides and there is a land on one side. So we are surrounded by seven neighbors. They are Pakistan, Afghanistan, China, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh and Myanmar. Totally now there are 28 states after the Article 370 became in operational. So we have 28 states instead of 29 states. That is Jammu and Kashmir is now divided into two union territories, that is Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. So before there were seven union territories, now two more have been added and now we have 9 union territories if you include Delhi, that is National Capital Territory or NCR. Okay, so in textbook they have given the old data only, but here I have mentioned the new data. Okay, now let's see the geographical features. So we have Himalayan mountains in the north region, and these peaks, they are very, this Himalayan mountain region, it is very important. Why? Because they provide safety and security to India, and there in past time also there was very few attacks from this North Himalayan region. Okay, that's why Himalayan region, it is what you have to notice, it is famous for peaks and it will provide safety. Next comes the Indo-Gangetic Plain. This also comes in the northern region. Here we have fertile land because of the Himalayan rivers which deposit the fertile sand over here, and Indo-Gangetic Plain, it was famous for the ancient civilizations like Indus Valley and Vedic civilization, which you'll be studying in the coming chapters. And this land was very important, and many fights were happening from time to time to establish control over this region since it was very fertile. So many kings, they fought among themselves to control this particular area. Okay, that is Gangetic Plain. Next comes the Deccan Plateau. So here you have to note that the Narmada River, it divides into Central Highlands and Deccan Plateau. Okay, Deccan Plateau, it comes in the southernmost region. Okay, and so this Central Highlands, it is also called as Malwa Plateau. So it separates India into, Narmada River separates India into two things, that is Malwa Plateau or Central Highlands and Deccan Plateau in the southern region. And Mauryas and Guptas, they ruled these two areas previously. Okay, So next comes the coastal region, which is divided into Coromandel coast, and this comes in the eastern part, and Konkan, that is Mumbai region, and Malabar coast, that is Kerala region. So ports, coastal region, it extends in India for about 6,100 kilometers. Okay, and these ports, we are famous for uh, trade. Okay, many trades were taking place, and many kingdoms they flourished in this coastal region like Pandya, Chera, Chola, etc. Okay, next here this is the physical map of India. You can observe the Himalayan region over here. Okay, here comes the fertile Indo-Gangetic plain, okay, which is drained by tributaries of Indus and Ganga. Then this region is Central Highlands. This is the Deccan Plateau, and this is the Western Coastal region, and this is the Eastern Coastal region. Okay, and India is called as peninsula because it is surrounded by Bay of Bengal, Indian Ocean, and Arabian Sea on the three sides. Okay. So next, we should study about the prehistoric period. Okay, now we understood a little about the physical features of India. Okay, so what is prehistoric period? According to this book, they are telling that the period before the discovery of art of writing is called as prehistoric age, and scholars who study this period, they are called as archaeologists. Okay, they are called as archaeologists. Here we'll study more about this prehistoric period in the coming slide. Okay, what you have to note down here before that is, here man was a nomad and he was indulged in hunting and food gathering, and these archaeologists they discovered many tools. Okay, now we will study about the different tools. So tools, they were made up of this stone, wood, and bones. So since wood and bones they don't they flourish, they are not found now, and only stone tools are there. So what they used the stone tools for? So stone tools were used to separate the flesh and bones of animals. Since they were hunting, so they used them to separate the flesh and bones of animals, then again peel the skin of the animals, then food gathering. So since they collected fruits and roots, they used to cut the fruits and roots and scrape bark of trees. So these were the things they were using the stone tools for. Then wood and even bones, they were used as handles for spears and arrows, and they used wood for building huts. So they built huts and using wood, and they stayed there. Okay, so this is about some of the tools of the prehistoric period. Okay, now so now let's see, where did the prehistoric man, where did he live? Okay, so some relics of hunting and food gathering humans were available in these sites. Which are those sites? Is Bhimbetka, Hunsagi, and Kurnool. So try to locate these places in the map. So Bhimbetka, Hunsagi, and Kurnool. So you can observe that these sites were along the banks of rivers and lakes, because water is very essential to survive. So these were along the banks of rivers and lakes. So they lived along the banks of rivers and lakes, and they stayed wherever there is a lot of stones available, because they needed stone tools. So they stayed close to the areas with large number of tools. So this where they started making stone tools. It is called as first industrial site of human beings. And sometimes They stayed in a place where stones were available, and that is called as residential and industrial sites. So these are the two things, that is industrial sites and residential and industrial sites. Okay, so areas where people use stone to create various tools, that is the first industrial site. And people stayed there for a long time because many heaps of broken rock and stone chips were found. So these sites were nothing but residential plus industrial sites. Okay, so next we'll see. Okay, signs of ashes that were found in the cave, that is Kurnul caves, and through this we can understand that they had some knowledge of fire. Okay, and why they used fire was to cook food, for light, and to frighten animals. So through this we can understand that they had some knowledge of fire. And drawings about wild animals and hunting can be seen in places like Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh and Karnataka. Okay. Now, what happened is, about 12,000 years ago, sudden changes took place and temperature gradually increased. So because of this, many grasslands developed. Since grassland started developing, many birds and animals started multiplying because they depend on grass. So animals like deer, elks, goats, sheep, they started appearing. So people started observing this. What they did is, they domesticated some animals. Okay, they captured some animals and they started domesticating them. Because of this, animal husbandry and uh, dairying animal husbandry and dairying started. And even they caught fish in streams and lake, and they used them as food. So since there was a large number of grass developing, grass bearing grains, they were used as food. And even they started growing this, that is slowly agriculture also started, like rice, wheat, barley, etc. Okay, then now we'll see the classification of different stone age. So the age that existed 2 million years ago, that is called as Old Stone Age, and it is stretched over a period of 12,000 years. So this is a very long period. You can see it's a very long period. So it is divided into early, middle and late Stone Ages. Then comes the Middle Stone Age, and it extends from 12,000 years to around 10,000 years. So here small tools they are used. It is also called as microliths. So these are delicate small tools. They were called as delicate small tools. Then comes the New Stone Age, which began after 10,000 years. So important point is, these age they had tools which were bright and had sharp edges. So even they used grinding stone for grinding herbs, food and all. Okay, and they used pots for storage purpose. To store their food, they used pots, and even they knew how to weave the cloth. Okay, so that is about the New Stone Age. So here you can see the diagram of classification. So Old Stone Age, which is further divided into early Old Stone Age, Middle Old Stone Age and the Late Old Stone Age. Then Middle Stone Age and the New Stone Age. So this image, it will show the weapons, that is stone tools, bogs and all, which were used, bones, which were used as the weapons. So that's it. If you have any doubts, comment in the comment section. If you like a video, then give a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel to get many more videos of different chapters and related to competitive examinations. Thank you.